Hey, what's good, y'all? So today we're going to do something different on this channel that I don't think I've done yet, and that is react to other videos. And in this video, we're going to react to my good friend Richard's video about Six Flags Great Adventure having the worst season ever, in which I kind of agree, but I want to see what he has to say. Before I start, if you're new to this channel, hey, welcome to Coasters and Travels, where I talk about roller coasters, theme parks, and travels. If that sounds good to you, please consider subscribing, and while you're at it, like this video. It's free and it helps the channel greatly. So the name of the video is called Worst Season at Six Flags Great Adventure Ever. This is from my good friend Richard over at Theme Park Motivation. I will have the original video in the description if you want to look at that. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to him, subscribe to him. His channel is pretty cool. And yeah, we're going to get started.
Six Flags Great Adventure was on pace to have a stellar year for the 2024 season, and this was their 50th anniversary. The park had announced...
Wait, before he even starts, that's the thing that stings about this season, because all the stuff that we've seen this year with Six Flags Great Adventure happening on their freaking 50th anniversary, like, this has to be like the worst anniversary for a theme park ever.
The all-new Savannah Sunset Resort and Spa. They also announced Flash Vertical Velocity, the all-new Vekoma Super Boomerang. In the off-season, Six Flags let everyone know in the upcoming years they were going to be investing heavily. So naturally, everyone figured Great Adventure would be reaping the benefits of the investments. What was supposed to be an incredible season quickly turned into one of the worst seasons in park history. Okay, so maybe I'm being a little dramatic there, but I think a lot of people would probably agree with that. This was a pretty bad year for Six Flags Great Adventure.
First of all, nice microphone. Second of all, yeah, I wouldn't say that he's being over dramatic. Honestly, it was a pretty shitty year for Great Adventure. Like, to having your two, well, I would say your two top rides, because I don't think anyone liked Green Lantern, but for them to close King to Call the way they did, that's kind of messed up, man. That is kind of messed up. And they got rid of like the parachute, a top spin ride, I think, and the sky ride. Oh man, yeah, that sucks.
I mean, the amount of closures, things that were supposed to be done that never got done, highly disappointing. And if you think or feel the same way as me, make sure to comment below. So I'm just going to touch base on some of the more disappointing things for the 2024 season.
Came to call probably.
Starting off with Flash Vertical Velocity. Now, when I went to the park, I think this was about the second or third week that the park was open. All they had was the footers done. So I knew right away this coaster was not going to be opened for the 2024 season.
Right. I just wanted to say that things happen, and I don't know, they just waited too late. I won't say they waited too late, but you know, how can I explain this? Things happen, and both projects were delayed, and now they changed the date for 2025, which is, you know, I'm glad they did that, but yeah, it kind of sucks that, you know, you was expecting the ride to open, you know, this year, and then you have to wait till next year. But someone whose home park is Busch Gardens, and we had to wait 2 years. Was it 2 years for you know what? In hindsight, 2 years for Iron Gwazi wasn't a bad thing, because it was supposed to open in 2020, but you know, the pandemic happened, and then it opened 2 years later. In hindsight, 2 years is not that bad considering what happened. So yeah, stuff happens.
Jersey Devil had numerous issues throughout the season. A lot of this had to do with the ride's manufacturer, RMC, and some train upgrades from my understanding. The park announced that the Sky Ride will no longer be in operation. They plan to dismantle this thing at some point.
That is sad.
Which is a major hit to this park because the views were incredible. And with a park the size of Great Adventure, a Sky Ride comes in pretty handy.
Yeah, about the Sky Ride, man, I am so glad that Busch Gardens Tampa kept their Sky Ride and kept it running. I don't know how long they're going to do it, but the trouble it took for them to get the Sky Ride back up and running, man, I can just understand, like, the expenses and stuff that the park had to endure in order just to keep this ride running. So I appreciate Busch Gardens Tampa for keeping it up. And yeah, it's sad to hear a sky ride like this close, because you know they're special, man. You get good views. It's just a very nostalgic looking ride. You know, it just brings a lot of ambience to the park, and it's kind of sad to hear them close it.
The park also announced that Twister would be removed after the 2024 season.
Never rode it.
Another more disappointing thing to me was Zumanjaro. This thing opened for the first few weeks, and then they decided to close it for the entire season to save money.
That's
it was
crazy.
the tallest operational drop tower in the world. Without any notice, it now looks like Zumanjaro is done for good, along with Kingda Ka. Kingda Ka was another issue, and very disappointing how Six Flags mismanaged a very good opportunity to get people from all over the world to come and give this coaster one last ride. But
let me tell you, had they did this properly, my ass would have been on a flight or a rental to the Six Flags Great Adventure this year to get my last rides. Now, I didn't want to just go out based off of rumor or anything. I wanted the park to say something about this, not other coaster enthusiasts. It shouldn't have to come to us to give the news of a major ride closing. Like, I feel like they really, really fumbled the ball. I wonder why they felt like they shouldn't tell us. Like, this is one of the biggest news for us. When I say us, like coaster enthusiasts, or, you know, just fans of the ride in general. Man, it would have been a huge event. You know how much money this park would have made had they made like an official announcement, like maybe like a couple months before the closure, and been like, hey, Kingda Ka is closing. Do you know how many people would have went through the trouble to come to this freaking park just to ride it? Like, man, that was a big opportunity they missed, man.
their PR department never even notified guests that they were going to close this thing for good. Green Lantern is also closed for good, and they did a terrible job notifying guests.
I don't think anyone cares about this ride.
However, it actually makes sense for Six Flags to get rid of this coaster. But really, this is about the only attraction in the park that really made sense for this park to get rid of. I know I'm leaving out some of the other issues that this park was plagued with this year, but I just wanted to talk about Harley Quinn's Crazy Train and the supposed derailment of this coaster, along with the two trains that collided on the Joker. Now,
I heard about
this
this
during a testing process, so I don't know what to make of it. However, it just really makes you scratch your head. Like, what is going on with this park? In this video, I'm going to discuss all the things that I think Six Flags Great Adventure needs to do to get up to par with some of these other parks. Theoretically, this park should have millions and millions of guests every single year, and I mean 5 to 6 million guests a year. They're just not seeing those kind of numbers. Arguably,
Are they?
This park is located in probably the best location of any amusement park in the entire country, with some major metro areas. Philadelphia, we have Jersey City, New York.
Actually, I want to check that out. Hold on. I want to look at something. Six Flags Great Adventure attendance. I don't know. I know I spelled attendance wrong. Not sure how. Okay, this is Q Times. I'm not sure how accurate this site is, but this was the first thing that popped up. And it shows that, let's say, the highest attendance was back in 2019. That was, I think, a lot of parks was at their peak at 2019. And then, of course, you know, the pandemic, and then them slowly back. 2021 was like a force to be reckoned with, because everybody was like, man, screw this thing. I want to go back outside and stuff. So I think that's why the numbers were so high here. But they dropped in 2022, and they got like a slight rise in 2023. I see sources here. What is this? What is the reference? These are all the references. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but let's assume this is accurate. And yeah, Their numbers are definitely not where they used to be, but I feel like, you know, because of what happened and then the economy and stuff like that, you know, attendance is not going to be as high as it used to be pre-pandemic. So yeah, they're definitely not seeing numbers like they used to. All right, back to the video.
There's tens of millions of people within an hour of this park. So let's talk about what they could do to actually improve this park and the attendance.
Okay.
Six Flags has always been a budget, family-friendly amusement park chain. But there are some Six Flags that have great
baby,
theming,
this
wonderful
park.
atmospheres.
Hold on, I know I keep pausing, but this is a reaction video. I'm reacting. Oh boy, this park right here. This park blurs the line between like an amusement park and theme park. Like they're really, really trying to make this ride more make this park more of a theme park, because now they have like, but they have like separately themed areas, and I like how each ride like kind of fits that area, and I love what they're doing with Goliath. Well, now Chupacabra over like at the front of the park. I love the choices this park is making.
And I gotta say, Great Adventure is not one of those places. When you walk around this park, you feel like you're at some kind of 80s carnival. Pretty much all of the infrastructure in this entire park needs to be replaced and updated. And although I love roller coasters and I would love to see some outstanding coasters come to this park, I think they really need to focus on guest satisfaction and overall guest experience. Just walking around this park, you see some things that really need updating. About the nicest area in the park is their children's area. One of the things that I noticed from guests online, they constantly complained about the lack of shows. And I really think Six Flags Great Adventure needs to invest in different shows and events. And although shows are not really my thing, you can't help but notice the amount of comments of people that were very upset the fact that they don't have many shows at this park. Six Flags Great Adventure has to be one of the most frustrating amusement parks in America, because they are located in such a great area as far as bringing attendance into this park, and they do absolutely nothing about it, offering tickets for basically nothing, and then on top of it, trying to charge people $50 to $75 to park, basically forcing you to buy a season pass. I mean, it makes no sense. With this being in a metro area, that can sometimes lead to issues. And with Six Flags having a reputation of fights and brawls breaking out throughout the season, now I agree with their chaperone policies. I think that's a great idea. However, I believe that Six Flags Great Adventure should have more security, giving families peace of mind. Now, I am not bashing Six Flags Great Adventure, although it may seem that way. I really do care about this park and its future. I will say there is numerous things that this park does very well. When it comes to operations, the ride operators at Six Flags Great Adventure are some of the best. I think it's an incredible park with some great rides. However, the infrastructure in this park is just deteriorating, and I really do believe that's one of the reasons they can't get the guests that they would like to get in this park. Along with all of the coasters and rides that have closed this past year. Now, I know Six Flags announced that they're going to build some kind of record-breaking launch coaster for 2026. Will it actually get done by 2026? Who knows? I personally believe that Six Flags should sell this park to United Parks and make this a Busch Gardens. I know that this...
I don't know about that. I do not know about that, buddy. Because the operations at Busch Gardens Tampa are crap. I don't know if United Parks even wants to buy this park or should buy this park, honestly. I highly disagree with that. Because the way United Parks have their United Parks operations are worse than than Six Flags. If he's praising that Six Flags Great Adventures Ride Ops were the best they've been in a while, then it's going to get worse if United Parks buy this park. Are you kidding me? Now, as far as like the scenery and stuff like that, they can probably improve that aspect of it. But as far as like guest experience, honestly, man, they're kind of lacking. They're kind of lacking just a little bit. Well, I mean, okay, as far as ride operations, they're absolutely lacking, like completely lacking. No, like that's no secret with that. But as far as like improving things like the look of the park and stuff like that, maybe they can improve that. But I don't think United Parks is a good choice for this park.
This would be an unfavorable opinion, most likely. However,
yes,
I think that Busch Gardens would really transform this park into the best park in the entire world.
Questionable.
They already have the safari, and obviously with Busch Gardens offering different animal experiences, this would fit very well.
Okay. I didn't think that. I didn't think about the animal part. Yeah. We do handle animals very well over at United Park, both at Busch Gardens and SeaWorld. So I kind of see now why he said that. It makes sense. But animal-wise and stuff like that, and like park overall, like the look overall of the park, again, they can do well. But ride operations, it will be worse. I guarantee you, it will be worse.
These were just my thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear what everybody else thinks. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Really do appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great day.
All right, I think that is it. Yep, that's it. All right, so that was the worst season at Six Flags Great Adventure ever. And man, I think I have to agree with him just based off of the news that we got from the park with the rides closing without notice, and then certain rides malfunctioning during testing and stuff like that, and the lack of attendance the park has gotten. Yeah, it kind of sucks though, man. And Six Flags Great Adventure is supposed to be like this destination park, whatever, and they have like that huge New York Metro audience and Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of people coming in. I mean, they have a lot of people they can put in the park, but yeah, I think this was just not a great year for them, period. You know, it's crazy that a lot of bad things is happening at one park in one season, but unfortunately Six Flags Great Adventure had to deal with all that. But I feel like, you know, it's like what I say all the time. It's like, you know, once you hit rock bottom, there's no way else but up. So I feel that Six Flags will definitely rebound in the next couple of years, especially with this new merger. I feel like that it was just bad timing with all the stuff that's happening, and then with the merger and them trying to figure out what's going on. I think that's probably why they wasn't able to say anything about Kingdom Come and stuff, because they were still, this is still fresh, this is still brand new. Like this company, this Six Flags company is still brand new. So I feel like for whatever reasons, legal or whatever, they wasn't able to really tell us. But I feel like it's more just they're still trying to get things organized and whatnot. And I feel like I have high hopes for this park. I feel like that they're gonna iron out all of the wrinkles, and they're gonna get back, hopefully, to the greatness that it was back in 2019 when the attendance was at its highest. You know, so I feel like this park will be fine. It's just they're having they're going through growing pains, I guess you can say, not only with the park but with the company itself. I feel like once the company get their stuff together and, you know what they're doing moving forward, I feel like Six Flags Great Adventure is going to be just fine. But yeah, that's it for this video. It was fun reacting to this, man. I think I should do more reactions. Let me know in the comments if you like that reaction and I should do more videos. And if you're a content creator and you want me to react to your video, as long as it's like, you know, theme park, roller coaster focus, whatever, you know, let me know. I may just do it. If it's good enough, I'll you know, I may just do it. But with that said, I think that's it for this video. So until next time.